Well, hello and welcome and hello, turds. It is good to be with you this morning. What a fine Monday, 10/9/2023. The time is 7:53 a.m. out here in beautiful, sunny Los Angeles, California. Actually, it's a little bit foggy and dreary this morning, but should be a nice day here later. Would like to talk with you today just about some general events. Also, the SoFi stock. They always ramp up the sort of FUD ahead of the earnings reports. It sets them up for a pump and dump or a dump and pump because they can definitely get retail into a buying frenzy anytime they want. I think it's proving the other side, I think, is proving much more difficult of late, which is getting retail to panic sell. I think retail is less and less susceptible to sort of these mechanics, these machinations, these card tricks they keep doing where the media goes one way, the smart money goes the other way, and they're trying to basically clean retail's clock, whichever way you want to, slice it. So SoFi stock has been on one of those roller coaster, like sort of very compact mountain and hump patterns, but the Nasdaq and the indexes have been very volatile today. The futures opened low. The pre-market was down and then everything came back up a little bit, and it's been sort of this seesaw roller coaster type of deal today. So in any case, SoFi down 13 cents or 1.69%, which, for the way this stock moves is pretty much following the broader markets. Kind of challenged $8 there once, and then again got rejected at. I guess it actually hit 801 on the day very briefly. Um, but that's sort of another trick they use. Like, there's a lot of talk out there sometimes about like stop loss raids and things like that, and people, it can go the other way too, where like people will buy when it hits 8 or and then they can immediately like stop you back out at 785 or whatever the case may be. These wild swings, like, they don't hurt market makers and algos. That's why they do them, is these really, really wild deep swings. They trigger um either FOMO, panic selling, they trigger people's stop losses, they trigger their buy orders, whatever the case may be, they trigger certain actions, which smart money makes money from. Like, no matter what, they want you to do stuff like more often. Like, it really behooves you as an investor to do less. Like, if you've ever seen that movie where Paul Rudd is teaching surfing, he's like, no, do less. He's like, finally the guy, he keeps telling him to do less, and then he's like just laying there doing that. He's like, well, you got to do a little more than that. Like, it's that type of situation when you're investing. Like, do less. Stop trying to go in and out. Everybody, tells themselves that they're you know, they're a long-term buy and hold investor. And then if you look back at your account, you're like a fucking squirrel on crack. You're trading in and out. You're like, oh, I missed Palantir. I was in and out of Palantir. Like, oh, I wish I'd have held that Hylian stock. It's up to like 6 cents. And, you're just doing a bunch of stupid shit. But like in your mind, you're like, oh, I'm buying FANG stocks. I'm holding long term. I'm holding SoFi. But, in reality, you're like buying and selling SoFi. You're always like drooling over new, and then you want to move your money into like AI stocks, and you're like, why didn't I get Nvidia? Maybe I'll chase Nvidia. Oh my god, I miss Tesla. I'm such a sad sack. Well, hey, buck up, Turbo, because you have an opportunity right here. I think you have an opportunity to buy some SoFi stock. Now, I'm not telling you what to do. I bought at 840. I bought at 720. I bought all over the map, guys. I bought, frankly, luckily, a lot down in the low fives and high fours, which was fortunate, but I've also bought much higher. So, you know, you got to be honest about it. You're never right or wrong picking the top or bottom. You can just kind of sense, I think, or look at data and think, when's it over. But to me, when it's down the fours, as it was numerous times, That was a no-brainer in terms of buying the stock. But here you're kind of thinking, okay, how low can it go? A lot of people thought, okay, it's going to break down below. I didn't even think it was going to get below 8. Silly me, silly rabbit. Tricks are for Danny Deals. But in any case, guys, sitting at 786 right now, it's a bit under 8. It's been sort of challenging 8. I thought it would go back up. I think it's going to be honestly, depending on what the overall market does. Now, this brings us to our current events of the day, guys. It's horrible what's going on in Israel, and it's also a reminder what's going on in Ukraine. And honestly, those are the ones in the news, but like, there's also a lot of shit going down, like Armenia, Azerbaijan, um, people being tortured in Iran. Like, this world is fucked up, guys. Like, there's a lot of extremists who want to kill people, and free markets, capitalism, and small d democracy, liberal democracy is under constant threat, guys. This shit we can't take for granted. Big fat lazy turds like me who've lived under the freedom of an all volunteer military, we take a lot of shit for granted over here. And sometimes that comes to your doorstep. And that hasn't happened to the United States in a long, long time. But Europe's getting very shaky with Putin over there. And dude, the Middle East is not stable. I think that whole arrangement in Israel and Gaza Strip with just a perpetual like blockade when since Hamas took, it's just completely unsustainable. Like, you can't have that arrangement indefinitely. So it's a breaking point, and it's horrible what they did. It's like, just slaughtering people and women and children. It's like, the West, we have to sort of draw a red line and stand up for our values. And it's really, it's really transcends the stock market. It really transcends a lot of the things we think about, at least in the United States, on a day-to-day basis, because we've just taken, like, we got shook on 9/11. A lot of us big fat turds, but I certainly did. Scared the hell out of me, if I'm honest. But a lot of us just take our peace and freedom and security for granted, but they're all under threat constantly, and we have to wake up and, stand up for Western values and stand up to extremists. And, if we're going to have a functioning democracy and a functioning capitalist society and free markets that function throughout the free world, we need, freedom of navigation in the seas. We need free markets. We need honesty. We need, to stop like corporate espionage. But beyond that, we have to continue to advocate for human rights. I mean, we have to continue to advocate for democracy, women's rights. Um, you know, there's just a lot of fucked up stuff in the world, guys. And if you think it can't affect you, it certainly can affect your stocks. But a lot of us, you have to think a little bit beyond those terms, because will the stock market even be here in a certain amount of time? Will it even matter? I mean, you have like active war going on in Europe. I mean, many of us thought we'd never see that again. So, and that's always in danger of escalation. There's actually more than one war. So, a lot to talk about, guys. Let me see who's here. Get a sip of me water. What's up, guys? Good morning. How you guys doing? Good morning, guys. Hey, guys, how's it going? Roland Dub, Shane, Mark, Pulse, M. Russo, not a lurker. Good to see you. Hey guys, how's it going? Get down off my high horse, but I've just been reading a lot of news, guys, and it's just really hard to think about, oh my God, SoFi's down 13 cents, when people are just being slaughtered, you know, in their homes and in their cars, and women and children, small children are being dragged off in captivity. I mean, dude, but this is the reality of the world. It just doesn't get put on Western TV that much, but in other parts of the world, this stuff happens all the time. You know. Hey Manny, what's up from Chicago? What's up, buddy? How's the Windy City? Sweet Home Chicago. Blues Brothers, man, one of my favorite flicks of all time. What's up, Firehouse Pete? What's going on, man? How the dudes down at the Firehouse? NYC on high alert. I bet, man. I bet. Same thing here in Los Angeles. Like, NYC is probably the biggest target for terrorists, and then obviously, DC, Los Angeles, but Pete's like FDNY, so those guys are in the shit, man. Whenever people try something, they usually try New York because let's face it, guys, when you're an open society, you have rights, you have freedom of navigation, you can move freely, you can speak freely, you can criticize the government, you can criticize one another, and you're supposed to be able to do all that, without violence, without papers. It's basically we trade a lot of security. We leave ourselves vulnerable, and we do that knowingly. Like, it's obviously a balance between freedom and security and all that stuff, and guns and butter and many other teeter totters that sort of govern how society and the economy and many other sort of social constructs, I guess you could say, work. But um, anyway, guys, I'm off on a tangent. I know you guys want to talk SoFi. I'm generally only talking SoFi, but again, I just haven't really been thinking that much about individual stocks. I have a lot of other business stuff going on, and it's just been a little bit chaotic to try to get an update on SoFi. Yep, Raiders suck. Stocks are down. Ay ay ay. FDNY absolutely large. Yep. Yeah, there's like more Jewish people in the United States than there is in Israel. I know that. Um, yeah, shout out to Beach Boy in Tel Aviv. Definitely. Hope you guys are safe. I know they're still, shooting rockets right now, according to people I'm, reading like on X and things like that. What's up, Dimitri? Good morning. Good morning, guys. Thanks for joining us. I did have a couple, fashion nuggets about SoFi. Basically, guys, just wanted to, give you a brief little um, doohickey on this pattern. Like, I know these two things from like this run up and then this run up. I know these don't look exactly the same to you turds, but that's because you guys are dim-witted. Um, I trust me, guys. I look at these charts and I look at the volume, and again, people often, quite often, say I'm a complete idiot and I don't understand anything, and I didn't, study econ at a very good university, and I'm just a big fat jerk. And I mean, you're free to have your opinion. This is the United States, and people, fought and died for you trolls to be disagreeable shitheads. But trust me, guys, the algo did the exact same thing. If you look at this carefully and you look at this sort of bottom here after a big sell off, and you look at this bottom here after a big sell off, you look at this little hump and then this little hump, the stock goes down. There's another small hump. The stock sells off huge. And I've looked at the actual percentages, and you can just trust me or not, but I've never seen anybody like look at the charts and actually see what's really going on with the stock. Everyone talks about like channels, and I hear people like it's levels, it's going to break down. Like, they're not even understanding like what the market makers and shorts are trying to do, and that this is an algo following a pattern to accumulate and make money on these little spikes, little pump and dumps. But again, guys, just back to the chart. Look at how distinctive this pattern is after this sells off. And then this goes up sideways, sells off again, makes another lower low, and then goes up and runs again. And it repeats the same thing um, that happened over there. And this just happens to coincide with earnings. Like, we have less than 3 weeks left right now, until the Q3 ER. And I think looking at the deposit growth, there's really only a couple of things that the shorts can possibly hang their hat on if they happen. They both haven't happened yet. One and the big one is that the loans go bad. Obviously, SoFi is relying heavily on personal loans. Thus far, they have not gone bad. SoFi has, kept very, very high lending standards, and that has paid off. And they're not seeing a lot of defaults yet. And until the actual statistics, the actual ER, people can point to like, oh, Capital One seeing more defaults. I've seen a lot of people commenting on that. A lot of the trolls, they're like, oh, look at Wells Fargo, their credit cards are 20% are in arrears, whatever it is. I'm like, well, again, first off, credit cards a very small percentage of SoFi's business. And secondly, their loans at SoFi have not been excessively defaulting as yet. I haven't seen any data that shows those loans defaulting excessively. But again, just look at this pattern, guys, and then look at what happens right after the point we are right now. You'll see the stock moves up just below this peak. Okay, look what just happened, guys, and then it checks. See this candle? The algo's doing the exact same thing. It right here, it checks exactly right here. This is exactly where we are, guys. The stock is about to explode, like you in the toilet after a freaking giant super burrito with extra red sauce and jalapenos. Jalapenos? You guys got jalapenos, honey? No, they ain't got no jalapenos. This ain't no Tex-Mex. Like, like old married couples. You know how they are. Hey, listen, sweetheart. Back in my day, we didn't have no jalapenos. Um, what's going on, guys? Turd rant, total turd rant, total bummer. I don't know if anybody's watching, guys. My screen is kind of like messed up. I can't really see what's going on. Um, let's see if anybody's here. How many turds are here? I don't know. I can't see my screen, guys. I hate this computer. I hate YouTube. I hate all of you. I hate technology. I hate school. I'm never coming back. Like, I wish I was like Billy Madison. I just had a rich kid, I had some like jovial maid who like got me up and got me nudie magazines. But that's not how life works, guys. You have to go to work. Um, is who buying today? Am I buying today? Probably. Depends if I have any money, guys. It's like I don't buy stocks every single day. I just try to buy when I think they're like bottoming out. So honestly, I probably won't buy today. I don't know. It won't be a lot if I do. I already have way too many shares, and I was just buying at 720. So not seeing a huge compelling reason to buy at 790 or whatnot. But if you don't have shares, you want to add shares. I think it's a great place to add shares. I think it's gonna, as I just told you, I think it's about to run up significantly. I think that's what the chart is saying. Listen, back to the short, guys. There's two reasons. Okay, the other one besides the loans going bad is the overpriced Technesis. Galileo is not paying off, and that basically saddled the company with too much bullshit. They gave their executives of those companies way, way too many shares, and they're still giving them way too many shares. And basically, even if SoFi starts to make money and keeps growing, they just keep paying these executives and these douchebags more and more money. It's like, where's the profit? I mean, that's the fucking question. Where's the profit? I mean, Galileo and Technesis were not there. These are not brand new companies that they just started. These are companies that, Galileo operates independently, and it's supposed to have the best, it's supposed to be the best, the most integrated tech stack. And I believe that. I've looked at their products. I do research this stuff. And I'm like, the products look really, really good. I know people like some people say Technesis is out of date. I don't think they're out of date, but they're certainly not the most cutting edge company out there. But guys, where are these clients? I know they put out a lot of requests for proposals, and SoFi's gotten some of those requests, and they've submitted, and these things can take, a couple of quarters to get an answer. And then even if they do get an answer, they work out a contract. So it takes a year and a half, to get these big corporate contracts done. I understand that, guys, but I'm an impatient, asinine turd, and I want to see something happen now. But as far as the shorts, I was saying they can't get retail to panic sell. If you didn't sell all the way through here and you accumulated, and then you didn't sell up here, or you didn't buy back here. I mean, that's what these patterns are designed to do, is get the maximum people out of the stock as low as possible. I mean, these giant red candles just induce massive panic. And I guarantee you, if you go back onto these news days with these giant red candles, there's something that isn't really germane to the topic, but that is designed to scare the living shit out of you. It's like, something happened, or it used to be like COVID flared, and then it would go way down, and then they just buy back all the shares and just screw retail. Now, they use whatever. It's like a war. I mean, the war is obviously real news. I'm not saying that it isn't, but it's not really relevant to SoFi stock. Like, SoFi is still going to go back up over $8. Now, the options are not telling me the stock's going way up this week. I think maybe next week, but that's why I'm not in any rush to buy any more shares right now. Good morning, Bobby Joe. Hey, Beach Boy. Turd and jalapeno sauce. Excellent. That's a good breakfast. Nutritious breakfast. Um, 33 people. Excellent, Rolling Dubs. Thanks you. How close are we to profitability this quarter? Whew. Yikes. Put me on the spot here. Let's see what we've been doing. Um, what's the consensus anyway? So it's saying Q1, and then the actual was 6, and then it's saying 7. I realize this is Yahoo, not the, um, be all end all or anything. Um, hmm. I've been saying we have to be at worst at 5 cents. I honestly think they're going to be 3 to 4 cents. 3 to 4 cent loss this quarter. What do you guys think? What's the word? Um, Anybody have an opinion on earnings? Let's just take a look, see if there's any new ratings. I know Bank of America. I'm just taking a look at this with you guys. I have tons and tons of work. Got in early. Just wanted to touch base with the Turd Army. Hope everyone is well. Yeah, nothing new since Bank of America reiterated a hold but downgraded from 12 to 10, which still, is 27% upside from current levels. So even if they downgraded the stock, it's still 27% upside on their target. So it's not like they're like hammering the stock, but yeah, they from 1150 to 10. So they kind of follow the stock. Like it goes up to 12 or it goes up to 10, they go to 12, it goes back to 7, they go to 9. It's just a bunch of bullshit for the most part, if I'm honest with you. If I can tell you a little secret, the analyst coverage is absolutely useless garbage. The only thing you should use it for is when they create price action, use it to your advantage. Either trade on it or buy from it, or tell a friend about it, use it to pick up chicks in piano bars or wine bars or whatever the hell you cool kids are doing with your time these days. Trying to read the news here, guys, and just say, oh, Jim Cramer loves these stocks, sell immediately. That's got to be Investor Place. Old touchdown Louis Navalier. That sack of shit. Um, Georgia couple live paycheck to paycheck on Social Security. Well, cry me a river, you know? Cry me a river, Georgia couple. Um, this was the story about the golf. We already went over that. This is just the same shit I had open last week, guys. I haven't done any type of research or analysis, obviously. And besides not being able to get retail to panic sell, the other thing that shorts can't do right now is shape the narrative on SoFi. And the reason they can't shape the narrative on SoFi is because the way they're taking market share and the way they're growing. I mean, if you look at 1.5 and then they go over 2 billion, that's not 20% top line growth. That's 33% growth. And then even if they're growing 25, 30%, that's still outstanding. And the important parts that make the money, their deposits and their lending, are growing extremely rapidly. Now, even if they have to keep the wheel going and make money, but sort of pare down expenditures, um, they can still make a ton of money on their bank customers' deposits, loaning out that money if they're just super selective and careful. As long as they're super serial, you have to be serial. Like, whenever you're hunting man bear pig, you have to be serial. Guys, I'm serial. Nobody will listen to me. Buy SoFi. It's like, oh God, Al Gore's here. He's like, how'd you find where I live? He's like, I'm serial. Buy SoFi. It's gonna go up. Like, oh Jesus. Um, Anybody? Flesh infection. Hello. Get that treated immediately, sir. That's not good for anybody, guys. I'm probably gonna cut this turd of a stream off unless anybody has anything to say. I really don't. I'm just holding my shares. I'm not selling any shares. It's another SoFi day, guys. They opened up a bunch of calls at 8 and some at 8:50. It's just a bunch of turd. It's a bunch of turd logic. Achieve all your ambitions in one app. Blah blah blah. Anthony Noto. All my ambitions, my hopes and dreams, all in your app. Your stupid app. Yeah. I don't know. Some of these slogans, like all your ambitions, all in one app. It's like so stupid. Nothing is as stupid as X. Like, Brandon, what a genius! X, what a genius! Because it's a variable. Oh, it's a letter nobody uses. It just stands for everything. Fuck you, genius. I'm a fucking genius. Right here. Fuck you, Elon. You made me an absolute ton of money, but just fucking stop trying to run every fucking business. You're no marketing genius. Build great products, make rockets, do all these great things for humanity. Stop arguing with fucking morons. An X and promoting like neo-Nazi accounts and weird stuff. Fucking Israel doesn't need any shit right now. Hello. Hello, guys and girls. Anything going on the shorts? I have no idea. God only knows. Let's take a look just for you turds edification. Um, what do we got? It's pretty much, yeah, I mean, 3 months is down, but if you take a look at the last 7 days, guys, the numbers are absolutely through the roof. The short interest, holding the stock. Um, 7 days ago, I mean, the stock was where, like, 7 days ago was pretty high. It's gotten crushed. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm on the wrong chart, guys. I'm on the 1 year. I thought it was on the 1 week. Okay, so 7 days ago we were what, at $8, and then it's down, then it's back up. Um, so yeah, so it's like this huge short here, and then a little bit of reaccumulation. I don't know. So this was like a mini dump and pump, little tiny dump and pump. They do these little tiny moves just constantly. I've never seen a stock fluctuate like this. Like, oh, it's 12, it's 740, it's 720, it's 950, it's 8. It's like this is all in like a month. This is crazy. This is like a stable bank stock that is going up and up and up on this very controlled measured growth, and the price is like some fucking, cardiogram having a goddamn infarction. It's like get in here, and Anthony Edwards runs in. He's like, he's balding and he has too much neck hair, little spectacles. Like, what's going on? He sounds like Ross from Friends for some reason. Um, any shot, Pete, for you? Absolutely, man. Let's do it. I'll have you on. I'll tell you what. You get a fucking webcam up down at the fucking firehouse, like a continental breakfast. Get Hurricane Lopez in via satellite link. Fucking party, dude. I bet you got some mustaches down at the firehouse. Fucking keep soup warm for weeks. You guys never been to like a real firehouse. It's oof, I don't know, man. These are men. You're not fucking around. I can't do it for more than a few minutes. It's chew me up and spit me out. Um, anyway, you guys want to talk about anything? I don't know. Anybody here? Give me some ideas. Short interest again over the last 7 days, gone way up. What are the shorts trying to do? They can't control the narrative. They're not really trying. So my only theory is that they're going to do some type of a shock and awe type of event after the ER, like. And if you really keep your ear to the ground, you'll start to hear mutterings. If you get in touch with like authors, people who write about SoFi, people who track SoFi, people who analysts who cover SoFi, follow them on their social media, like really start to get out ahead of the narrative, and you could try to see what's coming. I mean, it doesn't mean that you can. They can still just completely do some total crazy Ivan. But if you look like the short analysts have been almost silent, these clowns. It's like they've been, in video games when you like lose a bunch of your life and you're down in life, you have to go like wait and wait for your life to like regenerate. It's like these shit analysts, like the bologna sandwich, the fucking human bird beak, forehead, fucking nutsack, and the chia pet, that little fucking pasty, chiseled, never been in the sun freak, $3, 250, $3. Oh, let me reiterate 250. Let me reiterate $3. Reiterate $3 again. No, let me just reiterate. If you guys didn't hear me, let me fucking reiterate $3. That's three, tres. Did you hear me? Escúchame. Three. Let me reiterate. Let me say again. Fuck you. Sorry guys, I'm a little irritable. I didn't get nearly enough sleep. I got up like 3 in the morning. I don't know why. What's up, Pete? How you doing? Yeah, thanks, man. You're the man. Crypto, any chance you can improve the mic volume? It's low. I don't know, guys. Mic volume. Jesus. Hello. Hello. I'll turn it up a little bit. Now you'll complain it's clipping. Hello, nutsack, nutsack. The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog. Unique New York, unique New York, unique New York, unique. How is it? What do you think? From the from the crypt MTG. Okay. Buy the dips, of course. Okay, you're welcome, sir. Yeah, the Chia Pet, that just pisses me off because, I mean, he made me a ton of fucking money, Pete. I mean, that short, I loaded the fucking boat, and I mean 6 figures loaded. I loaded in with money I didn't even have. I pushed, and I made a fucking ton of money. So that's what I do, motherfucker. I made a ton of money. Yeah, I know. I had too much coffee already. That's the problem. I still feel asleep. I got to run home and take the dog. I take my girl and the dog to the vet. Princess Jay, good morning. I love you. If you're watching, I don't think you're watching. Um, yeah, I'm gonna have one more coffee on the way. I need more water. Is what I need. I'm dehydrated. I have a headache. I'm drinking tap water out of a 2-week-old McDonald's cup, but this is the lap of luxury I live in for you turds. I live a very Spartan existence. It's like training with Conor McGregor. That's how living with me is. I live in a fucking cave. I live in a sea cave, and I do nothing but study charts and charts for you guys. Um, what's up, guys? How are not a lurker sees other people? Go back to lurking. Don't look at other people. Don't never look anyone in the eye. Never. That's how you get into trouble, son. Always look down. Always lurk. Always lurk. What's up, not a lurker? Hope you're doing well, man. Or a woman. I assume you're a man. You talk like a man. You hang out on this channel like a man because I think this is a total sausage fest. But anyway, guys, I don't know what the hell's going on with the SoFi stock, and frankly, oh look, it's going up and back down. It's going up and down, making what I call a scary ghost car wash thing pattern where it's like, "Ooh." It's like, or if they project like for a child's play, if you've ever seen them project like a spooky forest with like lights, they make like cutouts with construction paper, so it looks like this. This is the chart we're seeing today. It's what I technicians chart, chart masters, what they call in CNBC. You have to get like an advanced degree, like a PhD in econ, but they call this the Spooky Woods, the elementary school play Spooky Woods pattern. It's very hard to detect. You need very sophisticated algorithms and supercomputers, which only I have. So don't even try to get them. You can't get them anymore. You could only get them pre-Cold War. And only then you could only get them out of Eastern Europe, and you guys don't have the connection, so just don't even fucking try. Just keep watching my videos. That's why I keep that East German tech all to myself. It does involve when you put your algos together. If you've ever seen like the Andy Griffith Show, where they put calls through. You had to call Clara, and she would put the call through. If you need to call Aunt B, you need more eggs. You call Mr. Frisbee, the egg man. Just go, oh, Clara, get me Mr. Frisbee out in Mount Pilot. It's like, why do you need to talk to Mr. Frisbee about this? Of course. It's like, what the fuck kind of plot line is this? Like, Paul, yep. It's like smoking fucking cigarettes as fast as you can. He's like, Paul. I'm like, yep. I already said, yeah. Why do we keep repeating shit? It's like, Paul, I broke the fence. He's like, can you fix it? It's like, I guess so. Like, well, you learned your lesson. Give me a hug. Go up to bed. I'm going to smoke my cigarette, play guitar on the porch in the dark by myself because I'm depressed.
and I got short cowboy boots. I don't know why my cowboy boots are so short here in Mayberry, but when I cross my legs, the cowboy boots are only this big, and then the rest of my calf shows. It's very odd. It's a very odd look. I don't know where he got that uniform, but it's a very odd town. I don't know why I started thinking about Mayberry, but the mind it wanders, as they say. Right in time for Halloween. Sorry guys, this live stream has gone way off track. It is 8:30 a.m. 10/9/2023. It is morning time. So far, kind of doing that crazy up and down mountain pattern on the day. Looking for it to go sideways today. I don't really see any big thing. Of course, they might hit it down, but I don't see it breaking much through 8. The way the options are looking, don't see a huge amount of buying pressure. Had a lot of volume on Friday. A lot of borrowing in the last week, but just don't see much volume today. It's already been 2 hours. We only see 6 million shares traded. So I think they are accumulating. If you look, there are higher lows. It was 882, came back down near 882, and then bottomed out again at 885. So we just have to see what the day holds. It looks like the markets are stabilizing and recovering from the news of the war in Israel with the Hamas, and obviously there's a lot of civilians were caught unaware by the initial invasion, sort of massacre, kidnapping that took place. I think they're still gathering details, but it sounds like more than 1,000 people uh, have been killed already. So it's just horrific. Hope everybody's doing as best as possible, and it's people have loved ones in these areas. It's just horrible. I mean, I know they're flattening Gaza Strip. They're flattening areas people can't get out. I mean, some of the people have nothing to do with the, military tensions. They're just regular people, trying to live their lives. So I feel for those people as well. I mean, I think the whole thing is just horrible. And I know you guys do too. Um, but we can't control the whole world, guys. We can control what we buy, what we sell, where we donate, what we do, how we conduct ourselves, how we vote. We can control these things, but there are broader forces at play, guys. Centuries old, eons old. Well, in a lot of cases, and a lot of cases, I think the religion is used just to manipulate things and keep people in power, keep people getting money, keep people under control. And they use sort of these religious messages as a way to do that. It's kind of very, very sad, very, very sad situation. But in any case, guys, the SoFi stock ticker symbol is SOFI. It's making a big move back up, but don't count on this holding or anything and it breaking through 8, guys. It just looks one of these really weird days where, the chart to me looks extremely bullish. We see this exact pattern trying to repeat itself. The algo, as I showed you before, it just continually tries to repeat itself. Like it found out it could make money getting people to sell on this dip, and it's like, well, why not do that again? Like if we can induce this dip and get people who bought up here to panic sell here, we'll make, we'll go from $8 or high sevens, and we can get them to sell at 740 or 730. Why wouldn't they continue to do that? Why wouldn't they continue to make those moves? Like, and borrow shares, repay shares. They have tons of long shares. There's not enough institutions coming in to keep them honest. That's the problem. Why we can't get to net profit. We have to get to net profit. Oh, net profit, hallelujah, net profit. Get the fucking net profit, no dough, or I'm gonna slap the fucking Botox grin off your fucking head. I'm just so sick of it, guys. It's so controlled. Like this stock has been. Even the other fintech stocks, their profit and loss, it spikes. I'm just such an impatient douche. What's wrong with me? Just be patient another year, another 5 years. I plan to hold the SoFi stock for 10 years. I really do. And I'm going to. But I just can't get my hamster stupid brain under control to just wait and ignore this stupid price action, these stupid shorts. Because what is their fucking thesis? How does this company falter? The deposit growth is absolutely insane. And you say, well, they're paying for those deposits. Yes, they are, but they're still making money on the loans, tons of money. And this EBITDA with the growth is going to translate into net profit. It's going to translate into free cash flow. It's just going to increase. SoFi will be a top 10 financial institution. I don't know how long it's going to take, but I see the growth. I see the future, and the future is SoFi. SoFi is the future. Give me buying under my 740 average, cool. Buying and selling puts, bank stocks, buy more SoFi, awesome. There will be no excuse upon gaff profits. I agree with you. I think it's going to happen. I hope it's going to happen. I don't really hope. I mean, it happens or it doesn't. Like, I can't control jack shit. I learned that a long time ago, guys. I can just piss and moan and bitch and complain and rationalize and convince myself I'm right and everybody else is wrong and the shorts are stupid turds even though they are in corner offices and I'm here in my palatial mini suite on the ocean. Thank goodness. I'm very grateful for it. So don't catch me complaining, guys. I could be in a fucking war zone. So to be in an office on the ocean is not a death sentence or anything. So I smell money too. October 3rd. I think a lot of the shorts are going to cover. Um, yeah, everybody's under the 200-day moving. The market's just very depressed right now, but profits I think have been pretty healthy overall, and I think the tech sector is still going to see growth. The American economy is still very, very strong. There's a lot of questions in Europe, though. Britain, of course, Asia, China's a lot of question marks. India seems to be pretty strong. Of course, Russia's been decimated, but their economy was kind of shitty and tiny anyway. So, um, in any case, guys, yeah, covered calls have been printing. I mean, covered calls on SoFi have been fucking money in the bank for a long, long time, guys. So anyway, guys, that's really all I have. I hope you guys have a great day. I will try to make a video, of course, later in the week, trying to charting the price action, but I see this just pushing up sort of slowly this week and then next week really starting to make the push up into earnings, and I think it's going to go back up at least toward 950 in the next couple of weeks, guys. That's just my opinion. I know the overall market, if the macro gets extremely dark, it could certainly affect SoFi and push the stock down. Um, so certainly not impossible. I'm not saying buy now and it won't go lower or anything. It can always go lower. It can always go lower. It can always go to 7. It can always go to 6. It can always go to 5. It can go to fucking 0. It can go sub-zero. It can go 0 degrees Kelvin. I mean, it can go just ice cold. Anything can happen, guys. The events could transpire where none of this even matters. I mean, people think that's unthinkable, but I'm telling you, this world is a dangerous place, and we have to start taking things real seriously and get a handle on these religious conflicts before they fucking doom us all. Because there's a lot of crazy people out there with their fingers way too close to nuclear weapons, in my opinion. Yeah, turds everywhere, man. Just because I see turds everywhere, don't think what is it? Just because I'm paranoid doesn't mean they're not out to get me or something like that. Yeah, thank you. You're welcome, Pete. I appreciate you watching, man. Always appreciate your support. Pete, Firehouse Pete, dude. He's been always comments and really appreciate it, man. Not a lurker, yeah, thank you, not a lurker. Always the same thing, comments on my videos and takes his time later to come back and watch him and watch on the way home from work and wherever the hell he's going, the strip club, the bowling alley. This guy's a fucking ace bowler. I feel it. You just meet this fucker in a bowling league, watch your ass, fucking watch your ass. cut you cut a guy in a bowling alley once in Thailand. That's why he's out here now. Work. Cool, man. I know. He's just on his way to work. He's a good dude. I make up these scenarios. Like me and Payush were in a bar fight, and Payush stabbed me in the kidney, and we became great friends. It's like a story from that movie. What was that movie with Owen Wilson and all the Angelica Houston and what's his name? Gene Hackman. I forget the name of the movie right now. Absolutely hilarious movie. Somebody will probably tell me in the comments after I get out of here. But anyway, guys, it's the SoFi stock. We got 6.5 million shares traded, trading at $7.93. And I don't know, guys. It's hard to say. It's really hard to say where this thing's going, but the chart looks extremely bullish. I mean, it came down and it's going back up. It's going back up very slowly, but I mean, it hung around 5 and just kept getting sucked back to 5 over and over again. And I just don't see that. The natural progression is as you get to this profit, institutions come in, the stock goes up considerably. It won't trade down your fucking book value anymore. It's at 30% growth. Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Even at 20% growth, it's absurd. I mean, if 20% is consistently achievable for many years, but I think that's very low. Very low. I think SoFi can easily grow the top line by 30%. See if the tech segment doesn't kick on. I mean, how good are these fucking products, Galileo and Technesis? They keep saying they're the best of breed, best tech stack. Show me the fucking orders, Anthony Noto, and you other tool belts out in Utah, you tool bags, you big bag of fucking hammers. Show me some orders. I see all the shares. I see the fucking grants going to you. I see all these granted shares, just millions of dollars in shares coming out of my pocket. Show me the fucking money. Have you seen Jerry Maguire? Show me the money. You can call me Cuba Gooding Jr., in that respect, not in other respects, but show me the money. Show me profit. Stop showing me excessive stock based compensation with losses and stories. Well, we lost 7 cents this quarter, but I'm telling you, adjusted EBITDA. You could take adjusted EBITDA, fold it up real tight. You know what I mean? Keister it. Show me real profit. You're going to keep giving away money hand over fist. Show me some profits. Show it to me. I want to see it. I won't tell anybody. Yeah, help me help you, C-Bar. I'm trying. You got to watch the rerun, C-Bar. I got to go. I got to go. I got so much shit to do, guys. I'm so busy. I got to finish tax. Oh God, I hate this time of year. It's coming into the holidays. There's so much bullshit to deal with. I just want to rest. I'm so old and fat and tired. It's horrible. It's horrible. Don't get old, folks. It's absolutely the worst. Um, I'm gonna go have another espresso. Try to get myself together, guys. Try to compose myself. Try to just gather my thoughts. Try to keep myself on more of an even keel. Nothing I need more than just a few more espressos. Just a few more espressos just to calm down. It's like it reminds me of Tweak's dad. He's like, calm down, boys, have some more coffee. Like she's Harbucks is coming into town. Those bastards, they've really got my balls in a cheese grater. It's like, what, Dad? He's like, oh, calm down, kids. Have another cup of coffee. Like, okay, Dad. Anyway, guys, rerun. Yeah, guys, catch it on a rerun. You guys are, appreciate you guys joining me, Turd Army. Hope you guys are doing well. I don't really feel any big need to tell you guys anything because I'm not really compelled to tell you to buy or sell at 8. If you're just coming into the stock, I think it's a fine place to come in, but could you get a better price later in the week? Absolutely, guys. I just, I'm always bullish SoFi. I'm always long SoFi. I'm always fully invested in the market. Sometimes I move to, safer places, less safe places, more aggressive plays. Sometimes I, sell more calls. Sometimes I do this. Sometimes I do that. But I'm always fully invested. I'm always bullish America. People are negative that we had such a good jobs report. I'm positive. I think we can control inflation over time, but still the economy remains very resilient and strong. Yes, over time they are going to pull down the economy. There's no doubt, but um, it shows you really the strength of American innovation, the strength of the American worker, the strength of the economy, how resilient things are. It's just the government's fault that they were fucking way behind on inflation. And frankly, during COVID, I mean, people want to make politics out of this. Like Trump was president, but fucking COVID was unprecedented and nobody really knew what to do. People now they're like, well, masks were a crime. Well, we shouldn't have done masks. We should have done this. We should. Honest to God, I don't think anybody was involved in a conspiracy, right? Or I think people just honestly had to. They're like, look, our religion's important. This is important. You can't just stop life. And other people are like, hey, we want to stop life. I mean, China, they fucking shut down all of society. I mean, I think looking in retrospect, we were too restrictive, but I think the point is like we just pumped way, 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 way too much money in these like fraudulent PPP shit. All this money, just money upon money on, you know, not letting people pay student loans and then unemployment and just they were just giving people money, not having people pay rent, money, hand over fist, and like they flood trillions of dollars into an economy and you don't think there's going to be fucking inflation? You can't see this coming? Smart people were telling you this was coming. And now you have limited options. And they can barely sell the fucking treasuries they're printing, guys. Debt is just, a lot of this shit is just a fugazi. A lot of this stuff's not going to matter if we don't get real and get our fucking house in order. We are not going to be the world's reserve currency. It's not just because our continuity, the faith in our government, it's that we made real fiscal decisions. We had real, fiscal management. We were serious about it. Now it just seems like just blow this fucking insane deficits up And we just talk about it like, oh, we're going to be up to 50 trillion. It's just, you know, 7 times GDP this year. And it's like, or 7%. And they just keep talking about these numbers. Like, they're like, well, it's not sustainable, but it's not yet a problem. What the fuck does that mean? It's not sustainable, but it's not yet a problem. Well, when does it become a problem? When we can't service the debt anymore? When we can't give people fucking Social Security and Medicare and we can't pay our bills and nobody wants to buy our fucking treasuries? Is that when it's a problem? When do we get real and start governing and start functioning? Stop calling each other fucking names like little fucking children. That's not what I'm paying for. I pay a ton of fucking taxes. I want things to function. I don't expect people to come and say, we're going to shut down the government. Fuck you. That's not your job. Your job is not to dictate our morals and all that. Your job is to do a job. Do a fucking job. Could you imagine what would happen to you and your workplace and your company if everyone, just the leadership, came together and they just called each other names and just nitpicked each other and made fun of each other's accent and dress and history and fucking all this other stuff, and they didn't actually do what they were put there to do? They would be run out of town. They'd be fired. They'd never be hired anywhere else again. But that's not how stuff works here. We just get people so worked up and so hateful, and they can't even keep their eye on the ball, which is our fucking money supply. Our economy is just being absolutely mismanaged, just drowned in fucking money and tax cuts, and we don't pay for it. And it's like this shit. It's like, well, it's not sustainable, but it's not a problem yet. Like, I'll just siphon as much money off the top, and fuck all you guys. We'll just kick the can down the road, and then we won't have any fucking society. God, we suck. Um, are you coming on Tanner's? I'm not sure. I emailed him. I need to get back to him, or he needs to get back to me. I'm not sure. I know those guys are really busy, so I didn't really necessarily expect them to have me on. But if they do, wonderful. I hope so. Love the boys over there at SoFi Weekly. I always try to catch their broadcast at least every week, and I watch a lot of their other stuff too, especially when I can't sleep. $1 trillion coins. Yeah, no shit. They're never gonna pay that shit, guys. This debt is just complete fugazi. They're never gonna pay all that. It's not you think they're going to pay back? We haven't run a goddamn surplus since Clinton. Clinton used to work with the Republican Congress, and they made a budget and they had a bunch of money coming in. So like that dot-com boom, all that internet money, that tax money was there before the crash, and they made a surplus. They made a budget, they cut entitlements, they worked together, blah blah blah. That was how it was supposed to happen. Ever since then, just fucking explosions of debt. Through Bush, I mean, it's kind of started, and then Obama had a ton of debt too. I mean, I think Obama and even the Republicans with Obama, they were trying a little bit to curtail, and then with COVID and just, I mean, the debt now is just complete. The notion of a surplus, guys, just fucking sounds absurd. We're not going to pay this debt off in like real money. Give me a fucking break. We got more and more old people, healthcare costs completely out of control, education costs out of control, inflation out of control. You think we're going to pay back this like 40 trillion, 50 trillion bucks? Give me a fucking break. Um, Anything relevant? Who the hell is Uncle Bruce? Um, that's what they do all day in Firehouse. Looking forward to run up in earnings. Great sermon. Oh, thanks, man. Thanks, Dutch. Go SoFi. Could be fun. Yeah, I love those guys, but honestly, they got 4 people that barely can get a word in fucking edgewise between the two of them. Like, this is what I see on like SoFi Weekly is like, dude, Amit is just like fucking annoyed. Like, he's got other things he's looking at, and then fucking Tavis, he's looking at like he always like pities the other people. Like they're like they have an idea and he's like, oh, like, you're so dumb. Like it's just fucking great. Like they have a good dynamic there. So I mean, I'd love to come on with any of them, but again, I really enjoy their program even without me. It's plenty good. So I'm not really like looking to twist anybody's arm. I don't know. I think it's some kind of like advertisement, one of those like things they do where they're like, go on Telegraph and send us money for our stock. I used to make $2,000 a month. Now I make $100,000 a month. I'm pretty sure it's one of those fucking things. Like those people, I have a tiny nothing channel, but there's still like idiots on the channel. Anyway, guys, advertise like scam advertise type of thing. But I don't know, maybe Uncle Bruce. I mean, it's like Uncle Brucey, Rax Stacks the best on wax. Uncle Brucey on Wacky 106 morning show. Tanner, Neo Max. That's funny. Who the hell is Bruce? The fuck are you guys talking about? Who are you? Who's Adam DeMonico? What's up, Adam? Um, Lurking. Hey guys, I gotta get the fuck out of here. I got work to do. I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for being here. I really, really appreciate it. SoFi is kind of up and down on the day, but holding steady, a little bit under $8. Very low volume. Market's down on all this war news, but you know, it's coming back up, and I think it's going to stabilize. I don't think that conflict is going to have that much, impact on the world economy unless it were to get wider. But time will tell, guys. Thoughts are with the people in the region who are dead and wounded and suffering and missing. Hope you get home. Hope you find your loved ones. Hope you're able to give them a proper burial. It's just absolutely horrible. The barbarism. I mean, politics are what they are and grievances are what they are, but there's just no excuse for just slaughtering people. It doesn't accomplish anything. It's just horrific. The barbarism, the murder. There's just we have to stand up as the West, and we have to take a stand for real values. We have to get back to that, guys, or we're lost. Right now, we're lost. We're like children. We can't get anything done. We call each other names. How is it we're able to project any moral authority with how we are? Who we are. We need to take a big national and world and Western view and look in a mirror and, you know, do countries that care about, values and democracy and human rights, do we take a stand anymore? I mean, we somewhat did in Ukraine, but it's going to require, constant fortitude and, renewed purpose. And we have to really keep paying attention to what's going on in the world because, freedom isn't free. I know that's a cliche, but it's true. They're finding that out in Israel. There's a cost, and it's very, very real. So keep your eye on the prize, guys. Don't worry too much about your stocks. Um, there's a big world out there, and just keep things in perspective, guys. But I think you made a great investment choice if you're invested in SoFi. If you're not, if you're thinking about it, do your own research, guys. There's a lot of great stocks out there. I'm personally am invested in SoFi, and I really believe in it. But you should always do your own research and think for yourself. Like I don't know anything special. I'm just a big, normal idiot out here like the rest of you, looking at publicly available information and making the best decisions I can. So hope you guys have a great rest of your Monday, great rest of your week. Hope I talk to you again real soon. Hope you guys have a great day. It's another day. Just it's like when they have mass shootings here all the time. Just different. Just you know, you just hear about the bad news, but like people are more good than bad, and honestly, there are societies all over the world that are functioning well with decent people that care about each other, and we just have to remember how fortunate we are, how tenuous this system all is, not take it for granted, stand up for what you believe in, and pay attention. That's the most important thing. If you're paying attention, if you're engaged, you can make good decisions, and overall society will get. If people don't pay attention, they just go along, malevolent bad forces will just take over everything because they're always working. So, good people need to stand up. We need to pay attention, and we need to think about more than just money. But I know that's kind of hard to say on a stock show. But anyway, guys, I'm rambling as I want to do. Have a great day. It's SoFi, ticker symbol SOFI, down 5 cents on the day. It's 10/9/2023. It's almost 9 a.m. Hope you guys have a great one. Thanks a lot. I'm Danny Deals. It's un poco mas. You guys have a great day. Thanks for being here.